Welcome to another session of Food and Beverage Service. And with today we are going to have a look about how a menu planning is done before uh, each day of service in the hotel industry. And is a session where we'll be looking into menu planning. Menu planning is a list of dishes to be served to the guest in a given meal. So whatever is being mentioned in the menu for a specific dish that should be served to the guest as it is mentioned. Menu planning is the selection of a menu for an event, such as picking out the dinner for a wedding or even a meal at a birthday party. Menu planning is the act of advanced planning of the menu for different situations, such as for a family or a restaurant. It is important to consider the dietary needs of people one is preparing for. So in this, we are able to know that while planning a menu, we should consider few major points such as the ambience of the restaurant, what category does it fall, what kind of guests do the restaurant intake, what kind of occasion when it is going to happen, and what are the nutrients which is being provided in the food to the guests. Just like having a food is not at all a good sign. Food should contain a balanced nutrient, then only it will become a proper food and would be good for keep a healthy body. Objectives: the terms which are being used in menu planning, importance of menu planning, types of menus, factors to be considered while menu planning a menu, factors to be considered while compiling a menu, how to cause the price menu, time plan for production of a menu. So let me brief before we go into the deeper session. Terms used in menu planning. There are different terms which have been used while planning for a menu. What type of guest? Why is that food needed? Why is it needed for a healthy purpose and will it be a proper food? Importance of menu planning. In importance of menu planning, why should we? Everything, whatever we do, should be questioned with a why. Why is we find a reason for why instead of finding a reason for what. Types of menu. There are different kinds of menu. By children's menu, festival menu, traditional menu, cafeteria menu. There are different types of menus. So each menu has different types of foods. Factors to be considered while planning a menu. What do you consider? So before planning a menu, we look into the inflow of guests for the restaurant, what kind of guests we receive. So the menu can be planned accordingly for a proper business. So factors to be considered while compiling a menu is we have different kinds of guests who are allergic to food ingredients so that we can prepare a different menu for those people. So that is the difference between planning and compiling. While compiling is like forming and planning is like how to form. Cost and price of the menu, it is being done by the food and beverage manager and the executive chef. The pricing is being given by these two people in the department. Importance of menu planning: customer satisfaction, facilitating costing, reference by customer and management, guide protection, facilitate evaluation and improvements, facilitate ordering, plan storage, guides the catering staff on how to prepare dishes, help the catering staff to prepare in terms of attitudes, skills, and ordering. So, the importance of menu planning. Customer satisfaction. How we satisfy the customer is the prime role of any food chain. If you satisfy the customer, you get the same customer back, and even the customers might recommend other people to have a look into this restaurant or F&B outlet. So the prime thing is customer satisfaction. The second one comes the costing. How you cost for the food. What cost you give? Is it considered by the people or the community or the society? Now, if you go and start a restaurant in a low-lying area and just throw a price of 350 rupees for a plate of biryani, that is not going to work out. So, according to the place of the restaurant, the pricing of the food should be done. Type of customer, range, price of food. That should be balanced. Reference by customer and management. So, as I said, if you satisfy the customer through the price, you get more customers and you get back the same customers. Guide production. In this is how matters where the food is produced, like how the cooking is being done, how the meat is being cooked, how what is the consistency of the food, what is the portion of the food. So guide production. This is which means that the senior most chef guides his staff or his commis chefs how the food should be portioned, how the cooked food should be cooked. Facilitate ordering. Never waste a single raw material. So order as per the needs. So when you compile a menu, you make sure that the simultaneously the ingredients needed to prepare the food which is being mentioned in the menu should be ordered according to the limit. Nothing should exceed, nothing should decrease. Both leads to losses. Storage. Always buy the ingredient which can be stored for a longer period, which don't get spoiled. Guides of catering staff on how to prepare the food. Some of the hotels have this meal of the day or the special dish. So we train the staffs in advance, make sure the staffs are trained in advance so that they don't make any problem of fuss during the preparation of serving the food which has to be given to the customers. Types of menu. First one is table de hote. As you can see in the picture, this is like a menu card. So in the menu card, there will be a wide range of food or dishes which will be mentioned with the description. Always make sure each food has a description so the guest gets a clear point that what all ingredients or how the process of cooking is being done. A brief description will help the customer to have a knowledge of the food. So in table de hote, a set menu forming a complete meal at a set price. A choice of dishes may be offered at all courses. Customer and number of courses is limited to 2 or 3 or 4. Next comes a la carte. Menu with all dishes individually priced. Customers compile their own menu from the list. The meal is cooked to order. The customer should be prepared to wait for this service. So in this a la carte, the menu will be priced. So let me say that steamed rice will be cost 120. The side dish, let me dal fry will be cost 150. So each dish is priced in a la carte. Whereas in table de hote, a set of food will be priced like combo. As we see the combo, four, two, three, or four number of food items will be given a common price. Whereas in a la carte, each food item will be given a price. And in the most thing you should notice, the minimum order time is 20 minutes. That is why it is being mentioned the customer should be prepared to wait for this service. It is not like when the order the food will be on the table. No, the customer should wait for his order so that a preparation time can be given for the food to come from the kitchen to the table. Function menus. Menus from banquet or function of all kind. All guests start the meal at the same time. Seasonable food must be available if the menu are printed well in advance to avoid embarrassment. Here, it is totally different from table de hote menu and the a la carte menu. The food will be, this is actually for a group of people who is attending a wedding or a birthday party where there is a stipulated time for the food counters to open. All the guests can start to have at the same time only. Whereas in a la carte and table d'hote, the guest can come have his. This is totally different. All the guests has food at the can start having the food at the same time. And if any, and this menu will be pre-planned. If any food is being mentioned which is seasonal, it is the chefs and the F&B manager's responsibility. He makes sure that that ingredient is available, or else this leads to embarrassment of the property, the hotel, or whomsoever it is. Ethnic and specialty menu can be a la carte or table de hote, specializing in the food or region of the country or in a specialized food itself. Ethnic: Chinese, Indian, kosher, Kenyan, African. Specialty: steak, fish, pasta, vegetarian. Kitchen staff must know how to obtain the use of ingredients. The ambience of the restaurant must reflect the menu. So this menu is being followed mostly in the specialty restaurants. Okay, as you see, ethnic is nothing but the type of cuisine, the region of cuisine, whether it Indian cuisine, Peshawari cuisine, Chinese cuisine. Okay, according to the cuisine, the ambience should match, or according to the specialty, the ambience should match. We have the specialty restaurants where they serve only fish, only non-veg. These are specialty restaurants. They specify in a specific thing. That's why fish or non-veg. Kitchen staff should know how to obtain the use of ingredient when they are in a specialty restaurant. In specialty restaurant, there is a everything has a calculation. Nothing more. If anything is more, that can't be balanced. So everything is being precise in a specialty restaurant in this menu. And the most important thing, the ambience should match with the menu and vice versa. Both of them should match each other at the same time. Institutional menus or hospital menus. It is a form of menu given to patient. The day before service, the patient ticks his or her preference. The dietitian is usually involved with menu compilation to ensure nothing is given to the patient that would be detrimental to their health. The patient's meal are usually 2 to 3 courses. That's it. In hospital menu and institutional menu, a dietitian's involvement is a lot in this, where he prepares the menu for the patients. He decides the number of courses for the patients. He decides the volume and or the portion of the food to be served. The only thing the patient does is he can choose the food which he or she would like to have. So this keeps that the patient doesn't go over the diet or under diet. Menu for people at work, that is none other than the cafeteria, which is there in the offices. They vary in standard and extent from one employer to another depending on the company policy. They are usually served in staff canteens or cafeteria. Some companies charge for the meals and some ask for a token sum and offer meal at the subsidized price rate. The menu offers 2 or 3 courses with a selection of items. This is also a type of table de hote menu. It is a combination of 2 or 3 courses of food with a fixed price. Few companies or few offices charge their employees for these food. Few do not charge, but few give a subsidy. That means reduce a discounted rate for the employees so they can avail this facility of food service. Traditional ethnic, as we saw in the previous slide, this is a different type of ethnic where the ambience should match with the menu. Traditional recipes from a sound foundation of knowledge for the chef caterer. However, fashions in food change and customers look for new dishes, different combinations of food, fresh ideas on menu. Some of the most successful menus contain a sensible balance of traditional and contemporary dishes. Menu for children. They emphasize a healthy eating and a balanced diet in schools. Schools with children from different culture and religious background should have appropriate items available to the menu. Most establishments provide special children's menu which concentrate on their foods. So to say that in children's menu, nutrition is more important. So in this also a dietitian's involvement is a lot to provide food to the children. We make sure that the children are not given unwanted junk food and make them a habit to have it. Good nutritious food will allow the children to boost up their minds while they are studying. Schools with children from different backgrounds because there are lots of children coming to a single place from different backgrounds. Some prefer we have vegetarian children, we have vegan people. So these kinds of children, we need to provide a balanced diet to all the children equally. Factors to be considered while compiling a menu or planning a menu. The nutritional requirement, proteins, vitamins, fat, minerals, iron content. So every food, in every food, the nutrition content should be balanced. Make sure that when a menu or a dish is being planned, all these nutritional content are being balanced, are being kept balanced. Health concentration, which should not cause any disease or any difficulty to the people consuming the food, and they have a healthy diet. Ability of foodstuffs, seasonal foods, fruits and vegetables. So availability of foodstuffs. So if we have to make a mango mousse cake, this can be made only when the mango is available. So make sure that these fruits are kept available at every time when the menu is being planned. Unavailability of the foodstuff leads to embarrassment of the firm. Number of courses. Make sure the the menu compiling should be done with an ample number of courses like appetizer, main dish, desserts, and depending upon the flow of customers they have. Nutritional balance, as I said, a balanced diet is more important while planning a menu. Zero nutritional diet leads to unhealthy body. Occasions. So there are different types of menu can be planned for different occasions such as funerals, wedding, birthday, graduation ceremony, national holiday celebrations, and festivals. So different menus comprises of different in different occasions, and in these things the guest has the whole right to plan his menu. He can decide the number of courses he want in his menu. He can even decide what kind of seasoning can be added because he knows a guest knows his guest or the host knows his guest very well. So, who is allergic to what and when and where? Factors considered when compiling a menu. Pricing policy based on the cost. Client's staff capability. facility for cooking and service, balance, business promotion and marketing, availability of seasonal supplies, pricing policy based on cost. To say about the pricing policy based on the cost, the F&B manager and the executive chef should make sure that when they plan a menu, the costing should be feasible for the customers so that any type of guest who comes to the restaurant can enjoy the meal and is satisfied with the pricing. Clients, what kind of clients do we have? So if you see in a fine dining restaurant or in a specialized restaurant, we have big formal meetings being happening. So that type of people would like to have assisted service or like an American plate service, which is like a portioned food which has been pre-plated. These types of clients consider these types of food. Okay, staff capability. How the manpower, is the manpower perfect for the menu they are planning? Facilities for cooking and service. So while planning a menu, we should make sure that to cook this dish, the proper equipment is available in the restaurant, and the proper equipment for service is also available. So, for example, we can't serve the ice cream without a scoop, and we can do a flambe without a gueridon trolley, right? We can't light a candle with the flammable gas cylinder. We need a proper lighter to serve the ice cream. We need a scoop to do a flambe. We need need a gueridon trolley where we have a range so that the flambe can be performed in front of the guest. So if you start a specialty restaurant where seafood is served and you serve poultry like chicken over there, that is not at all a good idea. So make sure while planning the menu, we have the proper equipment for the preparation also. Balance. Balance is nothing but the balanced diet. No food is proper with an unhealthy diet. Like protein, vitamins, and iron should be available balanced in the food which we are providing to the guest. Business promotion and marketing. How we promote, how we reach out to the guest about the restaurant or about the food service or any other thing which is being served in the hotel, any new thing which is being serviced in the restaurant or in the firm. We make sure that the guest is aware of it through marketing and promotion of the restaurant. Availability of seasons and supplies. We may be 100% sure that seasonal fruits or vegetables should be available at the time of menu planning. As I repeat, unavailability of seasonal food leads to embarrassment. Cost and pricing a menu. Cost of individual in a recipe. So, for example, for paneer tikka masala, we need to cost for paneer, tomato, other ingredients, etc. So each ingredient should be priced. Okay. So while pricing each ingredient, you get the cost of that whole dish. Divide it equally and make a proper costing. Okay. So each recipe gives the total cost of the dish. The total cost of the dish leads to the total cost of the whole meal. The make sure the pricing of this menu is appropriate so that we get a lot of customers and we get new customers, and the business also leads to a higher point. Profit margin and price proportion. So while planning or compiling a menu, we should always look into the profit margin of the restaurant. If there's no profit, we can't pay to our employees, we won't get any income. So never make a loss. Always look into the profit margin for every and each food which is being prepared. Last, Preparation of a time plan of production menu, food order list, costing, timed order of work, presentation, and garnish. So, as I said, 20 minutes is the minimum time for food preparation of every meal. So, menu. So, each menu, anyhow, the guest takes at least 10 minutes to plan the menu or the order which they would like to give to the waiter or what would like to have. Food order list is being shared with the waiter. The waiter repeats the order to reconfirm it with the guest. So these are all the procedures. Costing. Make sure the cost of the food matches with the ambience and the type of service also. A low graded service doesn't need a high cost food, or a high graded service doesn't need a low graded costing of each dish. So costing is the more important time which is being needed over there. Time ordered of work. Each dish has its stipulated time for cooking. So after getting the order, it is a waiter's responsibility to advise the guest that time the food will be prepared for the guest. Presentation and garnishing. Any food which is being served to the guest should be eye appealing. So, for example, if you go to a sweet shop, the way they have been presented on the tray makes you tempting to buy those. If your eyes feel the taste, which means the taste of the food is also good. So we should make sure that the garnish of every food is done properly and in an absolute apt manner. So, concluding with this session, I would like to say for menu planning, there are different types of menu: children's menu, specialty menu, ethnic menu, traditional menu, English menu, hospital menu, cafeteria. Every menu has different types. Table de hote and a la carte are two different. In table de hote, 3 to 4 number of courses of food are given a common price. In a la carte, each food is being priced. While compiling a menu, the points to be considered is costing, types of customer, types of client, repeated clients, food ordering time. So all these should be considered while planning a menu for a guest where he or she will be have a satisfied customer. Every satisfied customer leads to the profit margin of the restaurant, leads to new customers, leads to new new customers, leads to new people to enter into the hotel and a good business for the restaurant. I hope this session was informative to you people. Thank you.